So hello and welcome guys, this is Ashutosh, your host, and I welcome you all in this new video tutorial session of electrical machines in virtual lab simulation. So guys, you are seeing on your screen, this is the speed control of DC motor by using field flux control method. Okay, so today I have presented over here the practical of DC motor speed control, and earlier we saw the practical of the speed control of DC motor by armature resistance control. Okay, we have done the simulation. You can check in my playlist of electrical machine. You can go through, and there is another practical Ford Leonard control method is there. So we have performed the simulation in virtual labs of both the practicals. Now today you can see over here, this is the DC motor speed control by using field rheostat control. So guys, here you can see the speed variation. Here you can see the speed variation. I'm increasing the current, okay, by changing the resistance. Here you can see at 0.1 ampere there is a speed of 2500 rpm, and then it is decreasing when the current is increasing, field flux is increasing, and you know the field flux is inversely proportional of speed, or speed is inversely proportional to field flux. Okay, and you can see the current is increased. Here this reading is, you can see, 0.4 ampere, then speed becomes 1930 rpm from 2500 rpm. So you can see, as you change the field resistance here, okay, and then add to table, then you can see now it becomes current 0.5 ampere. Current is increasing and field flux is also increasing, and therefore speed is decreasing. Okay, so guys, we have to reset this connection again. Okay, this was the practical. So we have to reconnect the circuit connections as per the circuit diagram. I will tell you. Okay, and then so first reset it. Let's start. So guys, we have reset the connection. You can see over here we have already reset this connection, and we have to reconnect in order to perform the simulation in virtual lab. So guys, circuit is basically same. Okay, we can directly go to our PowerPoint presentation. So basically this is our DC shunt motor. As you can see over here, field winding is connected in parallel with the armature. This is the field resistance RSH, this is field current, and this is armature, and back EMF EB is shown. This is armature resistance. Okay, and these are the formula you already know, and this is the terminal voltage plus minus DC supply is applied from here. Okay, now what we know, actually there are three methods of speed control basically. Okay, there are three methods of speed control. Rheostatic control, by where we change the armature path resistance, which in turn changes the armature voltage, and we have seen this rheostatic control simulation. And also second method is flux control. In this, change the flux by changing the field current, and currently we are doing this. Okay, today we are gonna perform this experiment by change of flux, by changing the field current, by changing the field rheostat. And the third method was voltage control, where change the supply voltage produces, okay, the change of speed. And in this category we already performed Ford Leonard speed control method. You can check my playlist in my videos. Okay, so today we are going to perform flux control method. So basically, what is the relation, guys? So before discussing the speed control method, okay, we have to find the factors affecting the speed of a DC motor. You can clearly see here the speed equation of DC motor tells N is proportional to EB upon flux, and EB is back EMF, phi is field flux, and back EMF can be written as VT minus IA RA. VT is terminal voltage, V or VT. You can write V or VT is terminal voltage minus armature current is IA, RA is armature resistance divided by flux. So guys, in this method of field flux control, what happens? V terminal voltage and IaRa is basically kept constant. The numerator is basically kept constant and we change the flux. Okay, basically what we increase the flux basically, and therefore speed decreases. So this is the expression for the speed can be approximated as follows. You can see speed is inversely proportional to flux and speed. Okay, and second point, speed is directly proportional to armature voltage. Third point, speed is directly proportional to applied voltage. So this is the speed equation. Again, you can see, you know, back EMF is P phi NZ upon 60A and back EMF is proportional to flux into speed. Then you can write speed is directly proportional to back EMF upon flux. You must have studied in your theory classes. So guys, and these are the various characteristics. Okay, we will discuss later. So today main connection, we will discuss the main connection diagram. This is the main connection diagram. You can see over here, this is the DC motor and this is the rotor of DC motor. So and these are the 2 points A1 and A2 armature points, and these are the field points F1 and F2. You can see over here, and this is miniature circuit breaker. MCB supply is there, DC supply is applied. Okay, and these are the field resistance, field rheostat, and second armature rheostat is there, and this is 3-point starter from which motor is to be connected. Okay, and there are 3 points: line terminal, field terminal, and A terminal, armature terminal, and there is voltmeter and ammeter. So we have to connect the circuit as per the diagram. I connected the circuit as you can see over here, and this is the diagram you can refer. Okay, this is the circuit diagram. I can fix it on the screen. Okay, so that you can connect the connection of DC motor very easily, and this is the connection. So we have to follow this connection, and we have followed this connection earlier in my earlier video. Okay guys, so now we can directly go to our simulation. So basically what happens, this is the MCB supply. Okay, this is plus and minus in the DC supply. This is DC supply, and plus terminal is there, minus terminal is there. So basically, and these are the armature terminal. Here C is written, C and K is given, and D and Y. So you can prefer this diagram. Okay, you can prefer this diagram because here it is clearly mentioned: armature 1, armature 2, field 1, field 2, line terminal, field terminal, armature terminal. So you must remember these things in order to connect the circuit diagram. Okay, now we will proceed. Okay, so this is our connection, and here first of all, what is connected? The plus terminal is connected to, okay, F2 and A2. First point is connected to K. This is armature 2 point, and this is field 2 point. A2 and F2 is connected. This is the field point, and this is the armature point. You can see. Okay, and then negative terminal is connected to line terminal of starter. P is line terminal of starter, Q is field terminal, and R is armature terminal. Okay guys, so it is directly, negative terminal is directly connected to line terminal of 3-point starter. Now see guys, okay, and this is the field terminal. So take this terminal from here to ammeters positive. Okay, then means Q is connected to L, means this is field of 3-point starter, field point, and F point is directly connected to ammeters positive. Then this is ammeters negative. Take this point from here and connect it to the field's plus point, E point. Okay, this is E, this is F, plus and minus point is connected to the F1, to the D point. This is D point, means field 1 point. So field is got connected, and then connect armature. So armature is connected to first armature rheostats positive. This is armature rheostat, and then armature rheostat negative is connected to armature 1. This is A1. Okay, you can prefer, you can just go by this diagram. Okay, so you can, this is F2, A2 are directly connected. This is F1, A1. Okay, so you can prefer this. I will fix this picture on the screen. Then you can prefer what is happening. So we have connected armature. Now connect this voltmeter. Okay, so voltmeter is connected to the combination point of A1 and armature resistance minus, armature rheostat minus. You can see from the diagram, the where voltmeter is connected, voltmeters positive is connected from A1 and minus, rheostats minus and A1 combination point. This is the combination point you can see, and voltmeters negative is connected to A2, and voltmeters negative is connected to A2, and that is this diagram. Okay, from here. Okay, and then check. Correct connection, proceed to take readings. Okay, so we have connected our circuit connections. Now just click on this and it will turn red, it will turn on. Okay, and what you have to do, first move armature resistance. First of all, set the value of armature resistance by sliding it. Okay, so now there is a reading on the voltage, voltmeter and ammeter, you can see, and then you have to slide this field rheostat like this. Okay, then motor is started. You can see the motor is running now, and motor speed is 2500 rpm. You can see from here in this diagram, supply voltage is 220 volt. Okay, this DC motor is fed from DC supply, 220 volt is reading, and field current is giving 0.1 ampere, and you can generate the observation table by clicking on it, add to table. So you can see this is the first row of observation table we have got. Current is 0.1 ampere and speed is 2500 rpm, and now we have to control the speed. So let's see what happens, guys. Now we have to move this field resistance upward. Okay, now we have moved the field resistance again. Now current is increasing. Okay, what we are doing, the field resistance is decreasing. We are decreasing the field resistance, so the value of field resistance is decreasing so that current can be increased. Current is increasing, and field current, this is the field current, 0.2 ampere, it was earlier 0.1 ampere. So you can add to table, and now you can see field current is increasing and speed is decreasing. So you know the relation. What is the relation? Our PowerPoint presentation tells this is the relation. As you can see, the speed is inversely proportional to flux. Okay, so field current is increasing, flux is increasing, field flux. This is called field flux. Field flux is increasing, and therefore speed decreases, guys. So in this method, we can reduce the speed. Okay, in this method, we can reduce the speed by increasing field flux. Okay, now again, third point, increase the field resistance, change the field resistance. Okay, decrease, we are decreasing the field resistance, and field current is increased 0.3 ampere, you can see. Then speed becomes 2100 rpm, add to table. Then we have got the third row of observation table. Now current becomes 0.3 ampere, you can see. Speed becomes 2100 rpm. Then again slide this field resistance. Okay, we are decreasing the field resistance, and again current increased. Okay, 0.4 ampere. Then add to table. Again decrease the field resistance. Current is increasing. Add to table. Then slide this field resistance. Current is increasing. Then add to table, and again add to table. So you can see the rotor speed is very low here. Speed becomes 1480 rpm. So you can see from the observation table, the current is keep increasing. This is 0.7 ampere, the latest value. Okay, the current value is 0.7 and the speed 1480 rpm, and it is becoming very less. And again you can take more values. Okay, decrease. Okay, decrease. Then it becomes 0.9 ampere and its speed becomes 1270 rpm. And now what you can do, guys, you can plot the graph by clicking on it, and this is the graph we can obtain from here. Okay, the speed on y-axis and current on x-axis. So you can clearly see, and you can also draw the different graphs okay, for DC series or DC shunt motor. And this is the speed control. Okay, and if you change the field resistance, if you increase Okay, if you slide this field rheostat left side, so the field resistance increases. You can see here. Okay, and the speed of rotor increases. You can see over here. Okay, you slide this field rheostat left side like this, and speed increases. So what is happening? If you slide this field rheostat left side, it means the value of resistance, okay, field resistance is increasing. Field resistance is increasing, therefore current is decreasing. You can clearly see it becomes 0.3 ampere. Okay, current is decreasing and field flux is decreasing, therefore speed increases. Also slide this at left side. Now current becomes 0.2 ampere, it increases and speed increases. You can see, and again you slide left side, means you are increasing the field resistance, therefore current is decreased, field flux is decreased, and speedometer tells speed is increasing, and this was the optimum speed. Okay, and this was 0. So this is the optimum speed we can get from this DC motor, 2500 rpm. So guys, in this fashion you also can simulate the speed control method of DC motor in virtual lab, okay, by field flux control method, and plot the different characteristics of DC motor. So guys, that's it for today, and we will meet in our new video tutorial, okay, next time, and till then.